For this choice, we're going to be looking at artist Peter Max. Our greatest purpose is to express what's in our heart, and those who have the talent should express it through their art. Peter Max was born in 1937 in Berlin, Germany. He's currently 83 years old. In 1938, when he was a year old, he moved to Shanghai, Germany. In 1948, he moved to Haifa, Israel. And in 1953, he moved to Brooklyn, New York, in the USA at the age of 15 and began high school. He studied art at the Art Student League in New York and at Pratt Institute in New York. He is known for his psychedelic and pop artwork of the 1960s. He uses bright colors, usually acrylic paint, but also creates mixed media works of art. He's an environmentalist, a vegan, and animal and human rights activist. Peter Max is currently 83 years old and living in New York City near his 2 adult children. He still paints regularly and has painted several portraits recently for Taylor Swift, who commemorated her albums and worldwide successes. Here's a couple of his pieces to look at that are going to inspire our space paintings. This is a bridge, and we can see the sun with the rays. There's actually a little spaceship here. We see some planets, so you can see how I got inspired by his artwork. This is an airplane. This is actually an ad for Pan Am, which is an old airline. And it's taking off. We see the rays coming out from a planet. And this is another example where we have the sun, we have the rays, we have these spaceships and stars. All right, let's get started on our project. All right. Okay, for the beginning of this project, you are going to need a piece of paper. We're going to use it sideways, which is landscape. You'll need a pencil, a ruler, and some circle shapes. So I have a recycled spice container, a jar lid. I've got this tape container so I can use the inside. I've got another tape roll so I can use the inside. And I've got a glass so I can use the top or the bottom. I'm sure you can find lots of other circles to use for your shape. So we're going to get started. We looked at those 3 Peter Max samples. So for this, we're actually going to start by putting in a focal point. Now this is going to be the point where all of those rays start. So it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. We're going to go back in and add some color next week. This week we're just going to get our drawing portion done. So once we get that done, we are going to go ahead and get our drawing, or we've got our focal point done. Now we're going to come in with our ruler, make sure the flat side is down, and we're going to add our rays shooting out from this focal point. Now remember, with our ruler, we can always rotate our paper however we need to. And we're going to put our hand so that our finger is pointing away and our thumb is pointing towards us. We're spreading our fingers apart and pushing down on that ruler so that it doesn't slide. And I'm going to go ahead and put a line on both sides. And we're just going to kind of go around this circle, making little rays that come out of this center point. See how we're already starting to get little rays coming out? Now you may want to put your center, your dot here, because if you can notice, my lines are not even. That second line did not come out right. You want them to cross over the center. So my first line came out well, my second line did not. So let me fix that. There we go. Now my rays are coming out nice and even because I have that center point. So we're always going to make sure our ruler is touching that center point. Put my ruler in here. And notice how I pick my pencil up and stop. So I'm not actually drawing inside of my circle focal point. Now when we get to something like this, where our ruler ends, that's okay. What we'll do is we'll just get it started, and then we will pick up our paper and continue that line from the dot. Okay. Looks like my ink, or my pencil lid fell off. Put my pen, scoot it over again, get my next one. Now again, sort of ran out of ruler at the end, and that's okay. I will just slide my ruler down and add the rest of that line. I'm going to keep going all the way around. Line my ruler up with that dot, spread my fingers apart, get my lines in. Okay, and maybe one more. All right, so now I've got all my rays in. I can erase my center point. And now we can start to add our planets. So now we're going to make this look like a solar system instead of looking like a bridge or whatever else. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with some of my bigger circles here. I'm going to use the inside of this tape as a bigger circle. You can always use a big glass. I'm going to do another maybe smaller circle here. I love using glasses like this one because I get almost like a 2-for-1 out of it. Get a smaller circle and a bigger circle. And then if I want like a teeny tiny one, I've got this little tape here. I can get a little circle here. Okay, so that's not a perfect circle. I can fix that. And then we're going to erase any lines that are inside of our planets. And if you want to add any details, you could do that. Like if I wanted to add rings around my planet, I could go ahead and do that. And then I would erase that crossover line. I think that sort of adds to the space look. Giving a couple of rings. We're going to give some more details when we add color next week too. Now if you want, you could add some more planets, or we can add some stars. If we want to add a star, we draw that point upward, or like a capital A, and then we draw the line across as if it's somebody standing up and their arms are straight out to the side. Now they're going to crisscross and touch their toe. Touch their toe, touch their toe. And then we can erase all those lines on the inside of our star. And we'll come back, get our outlines cleaned up. Nice. We could do another star over here. A. Do my line across. I'm going to take my hand and crisscross, touch the toe on the opposite side, touch the toe on the opposite side. Okay, I'll put another star over here. Get that capital A in. Take the hand, crisscross, touch the toe, touch the toe. Erase all the lines inside. I'm going to put another little star over here. Maybe right here. And erase those lines on the inside. Okay, so this is it for this week. We're just going to do our drawing. Now I'm going to trace over my lines with Sharpie so that I'm ready to go next week and add color. And I can't wait to see what you do. All right, my friends.